Today is Thursday, which means I'm going to the Bellingham shop for the morning meeting, and today they are taking all of the team and doing a whole bunch of training in the field, and after that, well, I have a whole bunch of meetings, which is super exciting, so let's go! That, ladies and gentlemen, is why Augusta Lawn Care exists.
This is Nick, by the way, in Marysville.
You know, I started working here in April of 2019. I was making $16 an hour, and that was before we did P4P. Mike was still doing estimates full time, so it's been really cool to see all this grow. And I'm a living testament to just to all the opportunity that, you know, this simple job, it's like we're mowing lawns and doing property cleanups, very basic work, but it has the power to change your entire life if you let it. I've been running my own business for a year and a half now. It's just incredible. I used to think I was stupid. I didn't have a degree. I didn't go to college. I used to think that I really didn't have a future beyond just like entry-level labor. And I've totally flipped that in my head, and it's thanks to these wonderful people. So I love Augusta. I think it's incredible.
When you were on P4P, what was the highest per hour you made?
You bid that job.
Yep.
I made $33 an hour for a whole paycheck. So for a 2-week pay period on performance pay, and it was sick.
The constant perpetuation of improving oneself.
So I worked here for an entire year before I listened to any podcast, any audiobooks. You know, I wasn't buying it. I wasn't about the learning life. You know, I would just plug in and just do my work, and I was extremely good at it. But I didn't take the next step, which was beginning to educate myself, and I actually started with all of Mike's podcasts on Business Bootcamp. The YouTube channel wasn't as big back then, but absolute education, everything that you would need to know. And it's like after listening to all that stuff, I had a grasp on what it was to actually run a lawn care business, because there's so much that goes on in the back end that you don't see. I was able to wrap my head around it. I was like, wow, this is something that I could actually do. And that was around the time that you actually franchised the business. And then the opportunity was available. And just, you know, through support and talking to my fellow coworkers, people were like, hey, you'd be really good for this. You know, I have natural leadership qualities. I was the kind of person that stepped up and took charge for the team and just kind of led, even though I didn't have that title.
Picking yourself up by the bootstraps.
Instead of, you know, being an employee that, you know, your boss is like, hey, this is what you need to go do it, and then come home and then do your job for the day, and that's it. If you can shift that to saying like, this is my job, I own it. I own my truck, my equipment, my route, whenever I go out and do it for the day. And you take ownership over everything in your world. It's like you only have yourself to blame for the mistakes, but you also only have yourself to blame for the successes. And it's just incredible. And then that is what automatically propels you towards becoming an owner, because that is the mentality that you have to possess as an owner, because you have nobody to report to. And sometimes it's scary and uncomfortable.
Someone who doesn't have a lot of education or a lot going for them and making something of themselves.
I'd actually moved into a van before that. I just lived in parking lots around here. I'd stay at Mike's Gym, I'd stay at rest stops. So when I lived in the van for that whole year, in this 90-degree heat, it was just an oven, and in the van it would be over 100. And every day I'm like, man, this kind of sucks. I was eating top ramen, I didn't have any kind of AC, I didn't shower for 5 days on end. It was just brutal, and I was like, why am I doing this? And I did that for the entire year of 2020, and I did that, and I literally just saved my money. I spent only a couple $100s a month. I saved $25,000. I started my location through the 3F program, so I waived all the initial fees to start. So literally just a year of hard work, grinding, I had enough money to start. I was just so supercharged with the prospect of being able to start my own location. It just automatically just propelled me, and that's what keeps me going to this day. It has nothing to do with myself or my own personal interest. I just hope that gets taken care of along the way, which I'm sure it will, right? But
and then passing that along to another set of employees, team members, and helping them develop themselves is what it's all about.
Like, I want a big team. I want to see people grow. I want to see people like Marcus literally show up at 19 years old, right out of high school, and now run a business that does over $1 million. That's unbelievable. There is no, like, obviously you guys know this, there's no other areas in life that you're going to see that happen, right? Augusta is so unique in that regard.
That one meeting encapsulates everything Augusta Nation stands for, and that is taking something from nothing, turning it into something, and then having that person allowing other people to do the same thing.
It's not even about opening up a franchise. Like, we always talk about that because it's a very clear and comfortable step for people to take. Because literally, if you have that field experience, you can do a $200,000 business your first year. Anybody can. Like I'll fight that to the death, right? Very attainable. It's not even about that. It's like, how do you want to further yourself in your own life? Soft skills, professional skills, owning your mistakes. I guarantee you, if you work in any kind of corporation, large corporation, people shove stuff under the rug. There's bureaucracy. There's people sabotaging you, not owning their mistakes. And if you're a person that doesn't do that stuff, you're so incredibly valuable to any employer, anywhere. Literally, it's like the stuff they don't teach you in school. A degree will not teach you this stuff. It's literally just, how do you be a decent person that expects a lot out of themselves at the end of the day and provides for others. And just that mentality, it doesn't matter if you're going to franchise or not, that will just propel you through life. And it is just unbelievable. And we're literally just mowing lawns and landscaping. Just to sum it all up, it is what you make it every day. So, and you have that decision to make.
And that's how we'll change the landscape industry. One person at a time, helping 2 people, and those 2 people helping 4 people change their lives, one person at a time. Make sure to tune in tomorrow. We have a massive update. We're launching something brand new for all of you, so stay tuned. And then also the day after, make sure you tune into the vlog because I'm gonna actually show you the new facility and property, the shop space that we just recently purchased in person.
Oh, my money. Can somebody go get the money off my desk? Somebody honest?
I don't know if I qualify for that. I think we can take some of this.